Hello everyone and welcome to the Tek Torrent Podcast. This is episode number 54 of the year. How's everyone doing today? As usual, let me know if everything looks good, if there's any delay or echoes. Had some issues with the audio earlier. Hopefully I got that all fixed. How's everyone doing? Who's here right now? Let's take a look. So we got Taines in the chat. How you doing, man? We got no one else at the moment, so we'll just let them float on in as we get started. So we got an absolutely fantastic show for you guys today. So what we're going to be talking about today is the new G5 Pro camera. That's right, folks. This is the G5 Pro, not to be confused with G5 Bullet or the G4 Pro. This is the G5 Pro. See that right there? G5, all right? I also got this new charger from Amazon. It's going to be for my lithium-ion batteries or lithium iron phosphate batteries. And of course, my Dakota lithiums finally came in the mail. We're going to be talking about all that and more today. Let's see here. Make sure everything is kosher on this end. Everything looks good to me. Okay, that looks good. Yep, that looks good to me. Everything in Discord looks good. And another thing we're going to be going over today is I started a new section in our TekShinji community Discord where you can actually post your own projects that you've been working on. And if you put them in that special channel, I will take a look at them during live stream. Of course, if it follows all YouTube's guidelines and restrictions. No naughty stuff, okay? That means you, Fixation 500. No AKVR, okay? We're not doing any of that, all right? No demonetization here, at least not yet. So let me just go over that real quick. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Let's switch on over to our Discord. So this is what the Discord currently looks like for those that don't know. You come in, you'll see all the channels on the left, current status of how many people, online members, total members, all that good stuff. If you scroll on down to an area called Showcase right there, then you'll see Platinum, Gold, and then Projects. So this is called Projects TTP Stream, as in projects that you've been working on the Tek Torrent Podcast stream, and I will talk about them. As you can see, I got this started today, okay? Today at like 12 o'clock. And looks like we already got 2 projects rolling in. We're gonna take a look at these real quick, and then we're gonna roll on over to our products this week. So, excuse me, I'm got a frog in my throat. I will let you guys know that there is quite a bit of a storm outside right now. You can't tell because the studio is very well isolated, but it is raining pretty heavily. There's a lot of wind and stuff like that. So there's a slight chance that power may go out. If it does go out, I guess we'll be testing our redundancy, because if it goes out, what I'm gonna have to do is gracefully end the stream right away because I do not have home batteries yet, and more on that later. I'm getting closer to my solar project. It's coming up, but more on that later. Let's take a look at chat before we go on to our Discord and check things out here. So we got Taines. Yep, Taines already here. Oh, okay. So this person wants me to say their name. I've already forgotten. I need to actually go to my Google here and actually figure that out again because, well, it's not a name that I say every day. Let's see here, because I had a thing here, and I've closed it. So I'm not gonna say it because I'm sure I'm gonna say it wrong, and the Google Translate keeps saying it wrong. But I think it was Arcro Cantos, Acro. I'm putting a C in there when there isn't. There's like a specific way to say it, and I haven't heard anyone say it before, so I had to put it through Google Translate, and it told me, but I can't remember the exact pronunciation. If you guys remember, let me know in Discord or something, because you can actually record a voice memo and drop it in there. Anyway, so let's go back to our Discord, and I will show you some projects for the week. Well, I'm sure it's not from this week specifically, but this is stuff that people has posted today. So as you can see, it's getting pretty active, even though it's just a few people. Yes, I spelled post wrong. Yes, I know, Robert Jean. I know that very well. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on. So first one is from, oh yeah, in streaming mode, sometimes the names are all hidden. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but this guy in our Discord has been posting pretty often. He got some really cool projects, so let's check it out. So we got dual Moras. Did he put in a thread what it is? Looks like he didn't. So I don't know if those are 420 or the 360 version, but yeah, those look pretty cool. As two big boys right above his desk there. Looks like it's running on one. Let me try doing this here. Looks like it's running on one. Oops, sorry. Looks like it's running on one pump. Oh, that's interesting. So we got some kind of dual feed right here. Oh, I know, I recognize that. That's the oh gosh, the Aqua Computer D5 pump. It's kind of cool. And we got their nice reservoir here. Quick disconnect, that's cool. We got the extension tube. That extension tube, by the way, is something I highly recommend you guys do if you go this route. It is much simpler and better than the version that Aqua Computer wants us to do. It's much better than theirs, in my opinion. So let's continue to look at their pictures. So yeah, right above the computer like that. Oh, he's got like mounted on a board. I think I'm looking at these backwards. Let's start from the beginning. So this would probably tell me what kind of fan it is, right? Let's see here. So this is a, yep, it's a 120, A20. So it's a 120 millimeter fan. That's kind of cool. So you can see something right here, how much amperage it takes. It's a pretty decent fan. This is the Chromex black ones. So, oh, wait a moment. It's a weird mounting pattern. These are not normal fans, my friend. These are huge fans. These are big ones. So he's got some kind of custom mounting bracket going here. And these are the wall mounts for the Mora radiators. Yep, so he mounted that right to the wall mount, and then he put it onto some kind of wooden board. Yeah, I actually know what these stands are. I have some myself. These workhorses here. And then, yeah, so he mounted onto that board, then he mounted the Moras all assembled onto that board. That is a good idea. And then, yep, I could kind of see the fans. So these are the giant 200 millimeter fans. They're the big ones. There's only 4 of them, looks like, based on the lack of extreme amounts of wiring. So imagine having 9 wires coming off this thing if it was 120 millimeter fans or 140 millimeter fans. He only has 4 of the ginormous ones, which is something that I made actually as well. This is a really good application of it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't see any specs or anything in the thread. Let me just double check here. Yep, I don't see anything in the thread. So that's pretty cool, man. And that is from HXNT or something like that. I forgot his name. It's something like that. Let me take a look at chat before we move on here. That is a 200 millimeter. Yes, you are correct. It is a 200 millimeter. I was incorrect. All right, let's move on to the next project that's posted here. We got 69 messages in this thread. They probably are just chatting. Let me just look at my pins real quick. Yep, this is the next thing. So let's take a look at this thing. It's kind of small, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring it over on here. And then we're going to zoom out a tiny bit. All right, so we got a nice big Mora up here. Nice black look. And what is this? It's like a rocket of some sort. Some kind of drill device right there. Oh, you guys, am I cutting that off? No, I'm not cutting that off. Good. We got the dual D5 pump thing right here. I forgot what this, it's a combiner or something. I forgot the name, I should know. So it looks like he's also they are also using an extension tube, and they are doing the trick up to the top. And we got a flow sensor, aqua flow sensor right here. And I don't know what that big fitting, oh, that must be a filter. That must be an inline filter right there. That right there, it's probably an inline filter. That's pretty cool. We got the temperature sensing and the flow rate from that device right there. That's probably the USB communications cable. And that all goes into this Lee case right here with a dancing Pikachu. Now, I don't know how they did this. It's kind of cool though. I think it has to do with some, it's like, I know Jay's 2 Cents did a video on how to do this. I think it's a lot of work and it's just something I'm not that into, but yeah, that takes some work to set up. But after you get it set up, it always works, which is kind of cool. So inside here, oh, wait a moment, we got a pumps here. And we got another D5 pump and reservoir inside the case. Is this, so he probably has some text somewhere, so I'll look, but a lot of times when builders set it up like this is so that they could disconnect from the big radiator and the computer will still be able to operate. So yep, exactly. Looks like there's a radiator right there with fans. So this computer can still operate when it's not connected to the big radiator. At least I'm assuming. I'll take a look at the thread right now to see what's going on. That's pretty cool though. They got a big mouse pad, just like the one on my desk. But yeah, so we got radiator up here, radiator down here, and we might have one. No, we don't. Okay, yeah. I'm familiar with this case. It might be on the back, but it's probably not. That's kind of cool though. I like that setup. Cool colors too. So let's take a look at the thread and see what they got going on in this thing. So just do this. That way you guys can see it too. So currently only cooling liquid devil. Oh, a liquid devil, man, I haven't seen those in a while. Dude, the liquid devils from Power Color are pretty nice, but oh man, ever since the crypto crash, people don't use them anymore. It's kind of sad. So let's take a look here. Currently only liquid cooling the 7900 XTX that can hit 90C hotspot. Wow. Plan to add 2 more Moa Rad 3s, 420 millimeters. So the big, yeah, so that is a big one. Wait, you want to add 2 more or just add 2? Because that means you'll have 3 of them. That's a lot of surface area. It's like 33 square feet per radiator, I think, fins. And add my CPU to the loop. Plan to test a PTM 7950 thermal pad soon. Oh yeah, you were just telling me, you were just asking me about that in chat there. If you zoom in on the display, you can see the flow rate. Oh, okay. So let's take a look at the flow rate. Usually, man, it's been a while since I dealt with these numbers, but a flow rate of, I think 200 or higher is usually decent enough. So I don't think he was talking about that, unless that's what he meant. No, that just says water temperature 25C. Wow, 25C. This thing must be under no load. That's really, really good. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not covering something up. I'm not. Move over to the side so you guys can see it better. All right, let's scroll on down here. He said if you zoom in on the display, you can see the flow rate. 11% utilization on the GPU. So yeah, it's not under heavy load right now. Water flow, 343.9 liters per hour. So that's pretty good. That's double what I would consider the minimum for, you know, a decent flow rate. So that's pretty good. There is a theory to that. Some people, so the theory is that if your flow rate is lower, then the water has more time to cool off in the radiator and come back to your computer. The other theory is the faster it goes, the more heat it can take. But as long as that water has been sufficiently cooled in the radiator, we're not talking like that many degrees. So I think if I remember correctly, it's the ambient. So the ambient air is what determines your cooling efficiency. And the lower your ambient temperatures are, the better cooling your computer will have. That's what a lot of people don't realize, is that when it comes to water cooling, your ambient air matters quite a bit. So for example, if it's 100 degrees, your computer is going to have horrific cooling, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's usually anything better than like, so 5 degrees ambient delta temperature difference is what I would consider to be the absolute minimum. That means you either need better cooling or you need more airflow in the radiator or something. 10 is probably where I would want. So what that means is the water temperature, right? The temperature of your water in your loop would be 10 degrees, within 10 degrees of the ambient temperature in the room. Because remember, this is an air source radiator. It's not like it doesn't have a refrigerator. It doesn't have a refrigeration cycle to cool it off. So if it's within 10 degrees of the ambient, I'd say that's pretty good. If it's over that, that's when you're kind of, in my opinion, you're gonna need more cooling. You're gonna need more airflow. You're gonna need a cooler room or something to get the temperature in check, because over 10 degrees is quite a bit. I'm talking about 10 degrees Celsius to be very specific, not Fahrenheit for that specifically. So let's take a look at chat real quick before we move on. See what's going on. So looks like we got Soul7, sorry late, got home and went to war with the AC unit. Man, I feel you, man. It is hot in this house right now and it's storming outside. How does that make any sense? It's kind of humid. I've been running the ACs in the rooms upstairs all day to try to, you know, bring it down a bit. Arcanto says it's a half-inch ZMT tubing between reservoir and pump. Okay, nice. Yeah, so nice fat tubing between the res and the pump. Software is info panel plus hardware info. Hardware info was what it was, I think. It's a dual loop currently. Okay, so nice, a dual loop. And adding a second one. Okay, nice, yeah. So I was about to say 3 mower 3s. That's a lot. You could probably passive cool, because a mower can do, I think a mower can do 150 to 200 watts totally passive with no fans. Just a coolant pump, obviously. And Soul7 does say, smash that like button. Yes, guys, if you are here, please smash that like button. We do want that button to be smashed real hard. Let's take a look here. Oh, so another thing is my clock here is actually reading off the title of the current stream. And that's going pretty darn slow. So I think I want to change that setting. I was playing with this thing earlier and kind of doing some cool things to it. Because right now I'm live and it's supposed to show my likes and viewers and all that stuff. But I'm going to tell it to not show the title because that takes up a lot of time. So, auto app scroll, let's try that again. There we go, that's better. So so you see the eyeball and the 5, that means there's 5 people watching. There's 4 likes. Thank you for everyone that's liking this wonderful video, guys. You guys make this possible, you really do. Let's get back to this real quick. But yeah, so that's hardware info and info panel. Okay, that's pretty cool. I might want to do that one day. Excuse me. And perhaps mount this monitor inside of a case or something. All right. I actually I covered up the Apple logo so it doesn't tilt anybody. Just thought that was kind of funny. All right, so let's go back to the Discord and see if there's anything else for projects being posted this week. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. We want to go back. So let's take a look at what else is in the Discord. So yep, that is all the projects that I vetted this week. So 2 projects. So cool projects from both Arcantos and HHXT or something. I forgot his name. I don't know why it's blurring it out. For some reason, blurring out his name, but not other people's names, which is kind of strange. Maybe he has higher privacy settings on? I don't know. Well, I can't assume their gender. I have to say they. Don't want to get canceled. Let's see here. So let's take a look at live chat real quick. So what do we got going on in live chat? So Arcanto says, I do have space to do 3 Mora rads, but not the budget. Yeah, that's how it is. So these things aren't cheap. Like, so the company is called Watercool from Germany, and they are shipped from Germany. They rarely have like stock in the United States, and these things are expensive. And honestly, like For the price to performance, you could probably do better, but you probably can't get that square footage of radiator fins with any other radiator. And in my opinion, the reason why I went with the Mora is for almost near whisper quiet cooling. It's so quiet, I don't even hear it. Even the pump, even with the ambient noise floor in the room, I never hear it. So that's the reason why I personally went for it. I think it's really cool. So 7 says, might, gears are already spinning. Uh-oh. Well, what was that referring to? I'm not sure. Okay, so let's take a look at what's next on the agenda. All right, so we looked at the parts in our Discord. I'm just gonna go back to that real quick. Again, guys, that is in the Discord under the showcase section right here. And in projects, you can do things like making babies. I'm not gonna click on that, not on stream. Do projects and you could drop it all in here and I will talk about it during the live stream. So thank you for everyone that did drop something in there this week. Some pretty cool stuff. I'll be checking out your stuff next week. And this doesn't have to be like hardcore computer projects, all right? You guys can also drop in like if you built a cabinet or if you cleaned your room, you know, anything counts, okay? Anything's counted as a project, okay? So let's transition on back and we're gonna start looking at the products we got for this week. Give you some top cam action. I'm just gonna tie my hair back because it is getting kind of warm. I do have about 400 watts of lights on me and that makes it kind of hot. All right, so got the top cam working. Yep, it's working. All right, so I want to talk about the Unified Protect G5 camera, okay? So for those of you that don't know, this is the G5 camera, okay? The date that it was tested, so it was only a couple of months ago, okay? Basically brand new, that this is the G5 Pro camera. You might be going, oh, what the hell, what is this? Well, this is from the Ubiquity Unified Protect system, okay? And that comes with their own hardware and all that other stuff. It's kind of proprietary, but one benefit about going with their system is there's no monthly fees and it's all local storage. So it's your data and it's your storage, it's your stuff. They can't take it from you. One downside is it's quite expensive, but actually, let me go to their website real quick because I kind of want to show you guys this insaneness. So what's going on? I don't know, but it's weird because their cameras, usually when a new one comes out, it's more expensive than the old one, okay? But in this case, it for some reason it is not. So let me put this over here and I'm going to transition to desktop view. Okay, so check this out. We've got the G5 Professional, okay? You guys can see the G5 Professional, which is the one I have on this desk right here, is $380 plus $10 flat rate shipping, okay? So $390 for this camera. Pretty expensive. So what do you get for that? 4K PoE, 3x optical zoom, you know, blah, 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 built-in AI detection events and all that, all this cool stuff, okay? All your standard stuff that you want. It is an outdoor rated camera, okay? Now you might be going, okay, so this must have something better than the G4 Pro, right? So if we look at the G4 Pro, yeah, it's $70 more, okay? $70 more, all right? And let me try to get this in the same spot here. So that way I could switch back and forth and you guys can look really fast. Look at the specs. It's basically the same. It even has AI detection, okay? All right, so the differences, okay? One of them is the IR night vision range, which, you know what, it's 50 feet. I mean, I'm not gonna need to see something that far out, okay? If something is that far out, generally speaking, unless they got like a remote hole making device, you know, they're not gonna be a problem. They're not on my property at that point. I do understand how, oh, it's, you know, 10 meters further, which is 82 feet, which is cool. And you could add on the enhancer and all that other good stuff. But this camera is supposed to be better, and it is by all means, okay? It has this option right there. This one does not, okay? The G4 does not have that. And one other thing that they kind of aren't showing here is that supposedly it has better HDR and lighting capabilities. Excuse me, and lighting capabilities. And you could get like this professional enhancer thing for the camera on the G5 only. The G4 can't take that. You could put a IR extender on it, but you can't put this special new accessory for it on it. This also costs $100. Ooh, 40 meters, 600 lumen floodlight. I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. But what's with the price difference? Why is the old one more expensive than the new one? I just don't get it. They both have the same amount of optical zoom. They're basically both the same. I don't understand. So that is what we're dealing with. Let me take a look at chat real quick before I move on to the unboxing. Let's see here. We got Taines in chat. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining the live stream. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier, but I think I did, maybe. So Taine says the core Ubiquity team is from Apple, and that's why all their stuff has that Apple look. Yeah. So this box right here is not what their cameras normally come in. They come in that, you know, that like Apple product box where it has that nice, almost like a vacuum seal lid, like that two-piece box. This is in like more of like economy packaging. This is not what I'm used to with Ubiquity products. I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, it probably lowered the price by a couple of dollars. So let's go ahead and get on with the unboxing. And I'm just gonna wear gloves because this has some sharp corners that cut me earlier. And I don't wanna get cut. So we're gonna take our trusty Spyderco knife and we're gonna go ahead and, oh, actually, you know what? We don't need this, I forgot. Every Ubiquity product opens like an Apple product. So you can see right here, there's this box colored tape and there's that piece right there, it has an arrow on it. So what you do, you grab that and you simply pull. Okay, and now it is open. So we're gonna go ahead and open it. That's the installation guide. You guys could take that out, take a look at that if you want. Ubiquity is kind of famous for their installation guides having no words. It's all pictures, kind of like IKEA. All right, so let's see here. So yeah, this material holding the camera is kind of similar to what it's been. But this box is just like an economy box. It's just a regular box. And we got our instructions pasted on the inside, which I probably don't really need. So let's take a look at what this is. So, oh, it's a nice little clamshell design, just like that. Comes apart. You kind of see it. Let me zoom out a little bit because I think it's a little bit oversaturated. That's what it looks like. So we got all the parts. We got the camera. Says G5 right there. Kind of see it. Yep, G5. And this right here is actually a tool to help you install it. But I do like the presentation because this shows how it goes together. And yep, so we got our PoE right here. That is our PoE in. And we got a, ooh, that's interesting. That's new. I haven't seen that before. That is a USB-C. That might have something to do with the enhancer. So that's pretty cool. And we got our reset button right there as well. That's the reset button. So we got the camera, and let's take a zoom in so we can see closer. Get some water. So underneath the camera, this is the grommet that goes probably in here. I'll take a look at that in a moment. And this allows you to put the Ethernet cable through it and has a watertight seal preventing this area from contacting any weather. So this right here is like a big, right there's like a big O-ring. And that is what helps seals it. And we got our hardware right there. And let's see, so we got our camera right here. And yep, so this is the mount for the camera. Standard mount, looks like it's the same thing Ubiquity has been using. This is like if you wouldn't put on a drop ceiling or like on a pole. And right here it tells you, ensure you use the grommet, otherwise you will get water damage. So that grommet goes right there. Oh, there's already one in there. So that must be a spare or an extra, or because there's no hole in it. Maybe it's just to cover it up. Yeah, I don't know, because that's different. This USB-C on the back is different. So yeah, the way this tool works, guys, you see these little grooves on the inside right there? And you see how this has these grooves? You put it in like this, and kind of like a crowfoot wrench, that's how it grips it, and you could turn it. And that just helps you tighten it down. So I'm obviously not going to be doing any installs right now, and if I was, I wouldn't show you. Come on, guys, I wouldn't show you where I'm putting my cameras. So I'm going to put this all back for now. But this is the camera. It's a little dusty. Even the lens and stuff still looks the same. I don't really see much of a difference with this thing. Other than it says G5 right there. G5. And, back here, there's a USB-C connection. And I'm almost positive that's for the enhancer. All right, so let's take a look at chat real quick. So let's see here. What do we got going on? Tane says, they rather people buy the new ones. They did the same thing with the G3 to G4 instance. Oh, no way. Okay, so I didn't know that. So, I mean, it makes sense to me. They would want people to buy the new ones. So yeah, okay, that makes sense to me. Yeah, so this is the new camera, guys. I'll be getting this installed probably sometime next week. I've been pretty busy with solar stuff, which I'll get into in just a moment here. So let's put this away because it's pretty cool, but we're not going to play with this just yet. I might make a video about it. Just don't want to show where I'm going to install it. I do have a video in the works regarding the installation of one of my Ubiquity Wi-Fi access points. That is gonna come out soon-ish. When, I'm not exactly sure. There's just been some things in my life that I've been dealing with. I've been trying to get a new roof with solar since Tesla canceled, and now my insurance becoming dinks about it. So I gotta get that taken care of before I do pretty much anything else. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. All right, so now we're going to be looking at this charger. So this is a Norco Genius 5. I've actually used their other Norco Genius chargers before, and they worked great when I worked in the automotive industry. I never really had issues with them. They are not sponsoring this channel. They are not doing any of that type of sort. If you're watching this after the fact, there will be links in the description to these products. I do get a cut from that, but it's no charge to you, obviously. So I've used their products in the past, and I've never had an issue with it. It's pretty simple operation. You just plug it in, you clamp it onto the battery, lead acid, whatever, and it works just fine. So let's take a look at this. Let me just make sure nothing's going on in chat before we move on here. Let's see. Tane says, Arcanto says cheaper internals probably in newer camera. Maybe they're cheaper. Maybe they just got cheaper to produce. I don't know. Maybe they're cheaper like money-wise. I'm not sure. Soul7 says you can see the install videos through his OnlyFans. I do have an OnlyFans, but I don't ever advertise it because, that's not what I'm here for. Tane says the 5G only records at 30 FPS and the 4G does 60 FPS. Now that I didn't know. So here's one thing I will say about Ubiquity cameras, and this applies to almost all cameras. When you increase the frame rate, okay, the frames per second, you generally sacrifice something, either in ISO performance. With Ubiquity cameras, not this, with Ubiquity cameras specifically, you sacrifice resolution, okay? So the reason why I have my cameras not in high frame rate mode is because I need that resolution when I want to read license plates and stuff on my property. The resolution is more important to me than high frame rate. So I have my driveway camera in high resolution 24 FPS mode. Tane says, my bad, 50 FPS. Yeah, that's what they're rated for. So the $ has higher FPS cameras. The G4 is probably what you mean, because the 4 and the $ are in the same place on the keyboard. Yep, that makes sense. All right, so let's take a look at this Norco charger. So this is the Norco Genius 5 charger, and this is allegedly like the latest model, all that fancy jazz. Let's see what it's all about. So this is brand new from Amazon. And here we go. This is the box. Oh yeah, it's got that desulfication thing for like lead acid batteries, but I don't think I'll be using lead acid batteries for the foreseeable future. So this is like if you want to put it on a retail box. Still sealed, that's crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. So why don't you guys tell me about what you are doing this week? How's your weekends going? I was gonna go see a friend, but they never got back to me if they needed anything. So I'm assuming they're fine. Next week, I might be going to a convention with a buddy called Boston Fan Expo. I used to work for them, but I kind of fell out of favor with them. They're not really that great. They're for profit entity. All right, so we're gonna do an unboxing. So this is just a shell. There's some stuff inside. Just tells you about their other chargers. And let's see. So, oh, okay. So it just comes out like that. Some foam right there. Let's see. So, oh, this is actually kind of small. It's heavy duty though. It's got some weight to it. So it comes out like that. Let's see what else is in here. Put these foam pieces back. Got a manual of some sort. Got some, oh, this is probably like if you want to mount it against something or put it in your car. Okay. We got the alligator clamps, which is probably what I'm going to use. Regular AC side. So we got the AC side, and we got the, what the heck is this? So this is like a proprietary connector of some sort, but that allows you to adapt to different types of connectors. So I guess that's cool. If I wanted to, it kind of goes in like this. Nice click. And we are now, oh, that's a heavy duty connector though. That's like almost 3 inches long. I don't know if I like that, but it is what it is. Do these go together? Yep, they do go together. So even those don't fly away. You got your 2 alligator clamps. And yeah, so let's take a look at how well this works. So this right here is a twist tie. The reason why I'm bringing this up, it has become made known to me that Fixation uses these to jump his power supplies. Nothing wrong with that, but it is something he does. So I don't think I need gloves anymore because this is not sharp or anything. Famous last words, right? Plug this in and see what it looks like. Do I have an outlet right there? I might have to go under the table. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to go under the table and get some power. Do I have an empty spot on the power strip? I do not, and I can't unplug anything. Oh, that's a problem. Well, okay. I did not think this through, guys. Apparently, I don't have enough power strips at this table because they're all taken by lights and stuff. Well, we will not worry about that then. So one thing I do know is it's selectable. So if I go to the top cam, you can see right here. So there's like a button right here, it's a clicky button, okay? And that lets you change between the different types of batteries and voltages, okay? And see that right there, lithium? That's the reason why I got this. And you might be going, Shinji, why do you need a lithium battery charger? Well, that's because, according to Fixation, last 2 weeks ago, when I got those cheap batteries from Amazon and I tried putting them in the thing, they caught on smokiness and all that. According to him, they weren't balanced correctly. Now, he's probably right, but I did do a voltage check before I threw them in the UPS, and they were within 0.01 volts of each other, which is pretty damn close. So I don't think that's what it was, but he keeps insisting that was the problem. So to prevent that, well, you can see I've upgraded to better batteries. We're going to unbox these next. These are much better. They are actually from Dakota Lithium, and they are not sponsoring this channel or anything like that, but they have been very reliable in my use. They've never really given me any problems. Be that, I did install them only about a year and a half ago, almost 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago at this point. Because the, was that 3 years? Maybe 2 years ago. The other UPS, there's actually a video on my channel of me installing that. They've been totally fine. And I never balanced those. I checked the voltages, they're all within 0.01 of each other. So those were fine. Did I say 0.01? I meant 0.001 or 0.005 or something like that. It's a very low digit number, and it was fine. So with these lithium batteries, they're actually out of balance because I was testing one of them earlier, seeing how low I can go. Let me take a look at chat real quick, and we'll check out these Dakota Lithium batteries. Let's see. Tane says it's my birthday, so I ain't doing anything. LOL. That's funny, Tanes. Yeah. Happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday today specifically. Are you in my calendar? I usually like put notable people in my calendar. And yes, Tanes, you are notable. I don't have your birthday at all. Is it today? Let me know in Discord, like at me or something, and tell me when your birthday is. So let's Soul7 says happy birthday, Tanes. Soul7 says he also insists that he still has hair. Who still has hair? Tanes, you have hair on your head, right? I recall you had hair. I don't know why you wouldn't have hair. Last time I saw you, you had hair. All right, so let's take a look at these Dakota Lithium batteries, man. I'm pretty excited about these Dakota Lithiums because they have been really good to me. No issues. This one I've already opened, so we're gonna open one that hasn't been opened yet. Still sealed from the factory. So, comes in these little discreet white boxes with a little bit of tape, no labeling on the outside. But when you open it, you are presented with cool battery. So that's what it looks like. I did get the 10 amp hour ones instead of the 7 amp hour. And that is what they look like, guys. So this is a lithium battery. It's quite light. It's almost half the weight of a lead acid of a, this is the form factor of a 12 UB1280, Universal Bravo UB1280 battery size. This is the same size as the 1280, yet it has 3 more amp hours of storage, and it is a lithium iron phosphate, so I'm not gonna have to worry about thermal runaway or anything. The BMS for this battery is like in this area right here. It's not on top like on other batteries. How do I know that? Because this area gets hot when it's under load. So it does come with battery protectors, which I really do like. A lot of them don't, and I hate that. So there's that one. Check out this one right here. And I put a green tape on this to show that I messed with this. I did discharge this one a little bit when I was doing some testing earlier. So these two are going to go into my system and my UPS. But before I do that, I'm going to discharge them a bit more, and then I'm going to wire them in parallel and charge them up using that other charger. That way they are charged in parallel and they will be balanced to each other, theoretically speaking. And then after that's done, I might discharge it and recharge it a couple of times in parallel, just so I could get them right next to each other in voltage and capacity. That way when I do put it in the UPS, there's no weird, I don't lose capacity because one's lower than the other or anything, and it doesn't put high amperage into the circuit because one's significantly lower than the other. Just want to get it as close as possible. According to Fixation, that's what I did wrong. Not that the battery's bad. I think the battery's bad too. The other battery, not these very specifically. Let's take a look at chat. So let's see. Tane says it is today. Oh, okay. All right. Good to know. So your birthday is today. Of course I have hair. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. The hair comment was directed at you, talking about fixations, insisting on your battery okay. So fixation was the one that was commenting about my batteries in the Discord. So he's saying at least I have hair and fixation doesn't. We all know male pattern baldness, or whatever it's called, comes from hormones, especially testosterone. So unfortunately, if you want your hair back, you're gonna have to lower your testosterone and other chemicals to make your hair follicles re-stimulate. All right, so I was gonna do some other stuff with these batteries, but I don't really have the infrastructure here to do it. So we'll probably go ahead and just end the stream short tonight, because I do wanna make something cool, but I'll probably stream in Discord or something, all the cool stuff that I'm up to. So if you guys haven't joined yet, the Discord is linked down in the description below. Got a lot of cool stuff going on there. And I hope you like the new clock. Or it's not, the clock's not new, but I put more stuff on it. So like that shows my current, I have 705? I actually didn't know that. I haven't, last I checked, I thought I had like 450 or something. So that shows like current Discord members. We have 146 current Discord members. I have been clearing out the ones that haven't chatted in 2 years. So they're not there anymore. We lost almost half our Discord, but that's fine. Because I like people there that are active. That's fine. And that one right there, just TTP, that's just a fish. I couldn't find a purple fish. I might have to program my own. That is the current live viewers of the stream, which is kind of cool. So this connects to the internet, and it works just fine. I haven't had an issue with it. Oh yeah, that's the time. So it has like little cool Pac-Mans right there. I actually made a YouTube short about that earlier today too. Yeah, so that's what I got going on with these. Hope you guys are doing well. What do you guys got going on over there? Fixation should be here right now, since he's the one that was making fun of the issues with my batteries. But what I plan on doing with these batteries is, like I said, wiring them in parallel, discharging them, all that good stuff, charging them up back in parallel, check the voltage, make sure they are exactly within range of each other. Then of course I'll pop it into the UPS, and then that UPS will be in operation and fully operational. I think I may put this UPS on the networking equipment downstairs. That way it can protect the networking equipment. So right now I'm in the process of solar. Now let me give you guys an update on that. So the solar for the house has been a bit of a journey. It's been almost 2 years now. So I've been talking to 4 different solar companies, okay? And their quotes range from $150,000 to as low as $40,000. Low as, right? Wow, $40,000 is cheap for a solar system, right? So big priority for me is home storage. So I want at least 20 to 30 kilowatt hours of battery storage. Why do I want that? Well, this whole house is going to be converted over to heat pumps, okay? Heat pump, heating, and cooling, Mitsubishi Hyperheat systems. I will, in fact, be doing a video on that, maybe the day of install and one another like a year later after use, but I will definitely be doing a video on that, not because I need to write it off on my taxes. Has nothing to do with that. It's because I like the technology, right? So in the event that we lose power, like from the grid, like the tree falls in line or whatever, I do not have any heating in the house, 0. So that's part of the reason why I want a pretty decent amount of storage. For worst case scenario, the heat pumps don't work very well at negative 13 degrees. They're at like a 1-to-1 efficiency at that point. So if it was negative 13 degrees, the middle of winter and 2 a.m. at night and the power goes out, it's like the worst time to run out of heat, right? So if I had 20 to 30, if I had 27 kilowatt hours of storage, which is 2 Tesla batteries, okay, 13.5 kilowatt hours per battery, power walls. If I had that amount, I'd be able to go at full bore at least 5 hours, which would get me into the morning where the sun would start coming up and I'd be producing some amount of energy. Now, of course, if the power goes out in a situation like that, I would lower the thermostat to like 60 or 55 just to keep the pipes from freezing. That will probably allow me to squeeze out up to 7 hours of operation, get me through the night to when the sun comes up, and then I could use that solar to charge my batteries and keep my house going even if the grid is completely out. That is the reason why I want storage. So that doesn't come cheap. The battery storage option alone is between 20 and 30 grand just to get 30 kilowatt hours of battery. So that is one option I'm going after. So as of right now, what it's looking like, I'm talking to this one company. I'm not gonna name names yet, but the guy came over, we had like a 2-hour conversation. We actually spent a lot of time. And what I might be going with, instead of the metal roof I'm going with, because a metal roof is expensive, all right? You know, it's quite a bit. So architectural shingle, 50-year warranty, which is a lie. There's no such thing as a shingle that lasts 50 years. It'll probably be a solid 30 or a solid 25, okay? The 50-year shingle, not a thing, all right, guys? Unless you are in perfect conditions. It's on your roof, guys. So 50-year architectural shingles, 17.68 kilowatt array on the roof, new roof on the house, new roof on the porch and the garage, 2 Tesla power walls, and all the electronics, all the electrical that goes with that. I don't have a quote on that yet, but it'd probably be under 100 grand because the shingles, right? Architectural shingles are significantly cheaper than the metal. So here's what I'm trying to do. The metal roof was $50,000, very expensive. Now that I'm saving, the whole project for the roof only, I got quoted around $20,000, and that can change a little bit. I'm gonna get a quote on Wednesday. So if I can, you know, squeeze out a little bit more from the loan, probably get a 3rd power wall, and that means, that's right, 39 kilowatt hours of storage. That'll definitely get me through the night with a little extra juice for the morning, and stay comfortable. That extra 13.5 kilowatts from 3 power walls, that would really make a power outage more comfortable. Now, you might be going, Shinji, is it really worth $32,000 just to have backup power? No, I could probably spend that money on a heating system like natural gas or something. In fact, to get the natural gas installed and all that, get that all up and running, we're only talking like, you know, $15,000, all said and done, okay? Turnkey. Go, Shinji, that's half the price. Well, again, I'm also stupid, I'm not very smart, and I want to get rid of all combustion in the house. I want to go full electric. So that's kind of the plan I'm doing right now, getting quotes, getting final pricing on things. I'm getting pretty close to making a decision. Probably this week, actually. I'll make my decision if I get approved for financing. Let's take a look at chat, and we'll go ahead and conclude this episode if no one else has any questions. Let's see. Soul7 says, Fixation's leash was probably shortened, is why he isn't here. Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing because his family does watch this show every now and then. So I'll just keep my words to myself. But if you're here, please join us. Because of the time, I will probably be ending soon. I was trying to keep this one below an hour. And after the show's over, I'll probably stream in Discord only. If you guys are around, come join me, talk with me. I'm gonna be trying to make a parallel set for these batteries, with Wago connectors and whatnot. It's not gonna be high amperage, so try to make something cool with these. All right, guys, so if you guys don't have anything else going on or any other questions, thank you for everyone that smashed that like button. Thank you for everyone that joined me tonight. We're going to go ahead and close up the stream here. We're going to end it. Remember, we're going to have another one next week, obviously. Same bad time, same bad channel as always. Thank you to everyone that joined, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.